Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the organizational meeting of the Troy City Council. Today is January 5th. I'd like to ask you all to join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I want to thank you all for joining us tonight for the City Council's first meeting of 2026. Tonight marks the start of a new term for the Council and one that will bring big changes to City Hall. The voters delivered a strong mandate to the City Council to restore the balance of power and the fundamental need for checks and balances. I'm honored to serve with my new colleagues, Phil DiLorenzo, Shakol Struber, Noreen McKee, John Favreau, and Greg Campbell-Cohen, along with Councilmember Katie Spain-McLaren, who returns for another 2-year term. Tonight's agenda establishes the rules of the Council for the next 2 years, but we also welcome new staff members. Before we get to the evening's business, I'd like to recognize 2 notable anniversaries in the long history of our great city, one that coincides with tonight's meeting and another later this year. On January 5th, 1789, exactly 237 years ago today, a group of settlers gathered in a local tavern along the banks of the Hudson River to select a new name for their little community, then known as Vanderheyden or Ashley's Ferry. The result of that meeting was published in the Albany Gazette, and I'd like to read that to you at this time. To the public, this evening, the freeholders of the place lately known by Vanderheyden's or Ashley's Ferry, situate on the east bank of Hudson River, about 7 miles above Albany, met for the purpose of establishing a name for the said place, when, by a majority of voices, it was confirmed that in the future it should be called and known by the name Troy. From its present improved state and the more pleasing prospect of its popularity, arising from the natural advantages in the mercantile line, it may not be too sanguine to expect at no very distant period to see Troy as famous for her trade and navigation as many of our first towns. 5th January, 1789. Tonight, exactly 237 years later, Troy's City Council gathers together to begin the business of our city. The decision made by that group of local residents to promote a tiny community's place as a center of commerce and industry along the Hudson River was a consequential one. It was the spark that preceded meteoric growth for Troy, placing us at the heart of America's Industrial Revolution as a center of manufacturing which shaped Troy's physical development, construction of iconic architecture, and layout of our neighborhoods. Troy's early reputation for shipping and industry was what attracted Samuel Wilson to make Troy his home, long before he was known as America's Uncle Sam. Many of the buildings that dot our landscape are the direct result of that early growth. We obviously suffered through subsequent decades of disinvestment, near bankruptcy, and urban renewal that made deep cuts into our community's urban landscape, dividing neighborhoods by racial and socioeconomic background. But our city has persevered, in no small part to the passion of the people of our city. The vote in 1789 is also a reminder of our own place in Troy's ongoing history and the potential impact of the decisions we as council members make that will shape the future of Troy. That's why it's so incredibly important we bring our full attention focus, and our individual perspectives and experiences to the work before us. Later this year, our community will mark the 210th anniversary of Troy's incorporation as a city. 10 years ago, we celebrated Troy's bicentennial, and we look forward to working with the administration to recognize the third century of Troy history and its diverse people, culture, heritage, and events that shaped the last 210 years in our community. To my council colleagues, I look forward to working closely with each of you on issues of all sizes, both big and small, as we make decisions to keep moving Troy forward in the right direction. As I've said, this is a new era for Troy's local government, and we will need the help and assistance of others to ensure we meet our charge as the city's legislative branch. We're incredibly fortunate to welcome new staff tonight who will be essential to ensure the smooth delivery of service to taxpayers and improve communication to the public. Looking back at 2025, I see missed opportunities for collaboration and partnership among Troy's elected officials to make our community a better place. But despite it, I remain hopeful that the new council and mayor will endeavor to collaborate, cooperate, and compromise. There will be disagreements. There will be bumps in the road. There will be debates over the best path forward for Troy. But I strongly believe by working together, we can ensure our city works for everyone. Financial transparency, affordable housing, neighborhood revitalization, accelerating lead pipe replacements to protect public health, just to name a few. So again, thank you for being here with us tonight on this monumental night to us. I'd like to now turn it over to my colleagues and invite them to introduce themselves. Councilmember DiLorenzo.
Thank you, Council President. My name is Phil DiLorenzo. I'm honored to be introducing myself to everyone as the District 1 City Council member. I just wanted to give a little bit of background on myself. I am an auditor for my day job. I'm really hoping to bring those skills to the city and hopefully use them to benefit the city in any way possible. In my free time up until now, I did a lot of volunteering in Lansingburg at the Knickerbocker Park. And so I hope to, I hope to use the community service that I have and the skills that I have in auditing to benefit the city. Really looking forward to serving everyone. I want to pride myself on being an accessible and active member of the City Council. So in terms of reaching me, if anyone needs to reach me, you can find my information on my website, which is philfortroy.com. There's also phone and email contact information on the city's website on the City Council page. And on top of that, I plan to attend the monthly meetings for the Lansingburg Neighborhood Association. So if you're looking for me, you can find me there. And with that, I'll turn it over to Shakol.
Councilmember Struber.
My name is Shakol Struber.
You might want to speak right into the mic.
My name is Shakol Struber. Proud to be representing District 2 for the next couple of years. I am in cybersecurity for my day job, a community builder outside of my day job. So that leads very well into city council representation. I wanted to get involved because District 2 has been struggling, and I really want to bring it up to what I know its potential can be. Reaching me, like Phil mentioned, contact information on my campaign website, shakolfortroy.com, all information on the city's website as well. I will also be at the Lansingburg Neighborhood Association meetings. They are the second Tuesday of every month, starting at 7 p.m. at the Lansingburg Boys and Girls Club. And I'm going to be doing monthly office hours as well. The first one going to be on the 24th of January at the Kate Mullaney House.
Nice one.
Councilmember McLaren.
Hi, I am Katie Spain McLaren. I'm proud to represent District 3 of the City Council. I was reelected this time, so I'm starting my second term. I teach in Troy. I'm actually a lifelong resident, not just of Troy, but actually of District 3. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing is up for debate, I suppose. But I love District 3 and will look forward to meeting with people. My information is also on the City Council page, my phone number and website, and I feel like I'm very accessible, not hard to reach, and very responsive when people try to get in touch with me. I too will be holding office hours, which will be announced through socials and in my newsletter, which will be coming out soon. Thank you.
Councilmember McKee.
Thank you. I'm Noreen McKee. I'm honored to.
I think that's on.
Can you hear me? How's this?
Better.
Technical difficulties. I'm Noreen McKee, and I'm honored to represent District 4 on the City Council. I come to the council with a strong background in finance and accounting. I also had 25 years' experience in the investment management business, retired as the chief financial officer for an investment firm in New York City. I've lived in Troy, downtown Troy, for 14 years. This is my home. This is where my grandchildren live. And this is where I hope to make a difference and provide, bring my skills to make life better for all the citizens in Troy. And you can reach me on my campaign website, mckeefortroy.com. And I also have contact information on the city's website. I too will be having office hours, and that will be announced soon in my newsletter. Thank you.
Councilmember Favreau.
Hi there, my name is Jonna Favreau. I feel like I'm leaning into this here. My family and I live up on the east side behind Emma Willard. I've been in Troy for over 20 years now. My day job, I'm the manager of administration and finance for the Upper Hudson Library System. So I'm basically a consultant for the 36 public libraries in Albany and Rensselaer County. I have an extensive background in finance with my MBA, and I also was a small business owner here in Troy for 5 years before selling our business in 2016. So a lot of the Troy gear that you wear, we designed that. That's pretty cool to see that people are still loving that. The Troy pride is pretty strong. But echoing what a lot of my colleagues have said, I too will be hosting office hours. Will be very reachable via email, cell phone number, which is on my website, Jonna, the number 4, troy@gmail.com, or excuse me, that's my website, jonnafortroy.com. But of course, it's on the website as well. But really looking forward to this.
Councilmember Campbell-Cohen.
Thank you, Council President. My name is Greg Campbell-Cohen, and I'm privileged to represent District 6, which is South Troy, Hillsview Heights, Stowe Avenue, Burden Avenue, and a few other far-flung places, but those are the big ones. I now work as a grants writer, but previously spent a long time working as a policy expert dealing with housing and environmental health issues, including lead paint and lead pipes, which has been a big part of the journey that brings me to the other side of this table here today. My career is entirely focused on serving the public interest and doing that in collaboration with the public. And I invite everybody in the district to reach out and be a part of that process. It's tough to make decisions on behalf of the public if you don't know what they're thinking. And I don't want to end up on the wrong side of that. So please do reach out, use the contact information on the website, and like everybody else, I will also be having a newsletter at office hours that'll be available online shortly. Thank you.
Thank you all. Just a housekeeping item. We have an audience beyond the room, so we need to be mindful that we are speaking into our mics at all times. So make it comfortable for you, but I think it also helps those here in the audience to hear better. So at any rate, I want to thank you all for that introduction, and I would ask the clerk to please read the roll.
Councilmember DiLorenzo.
Present.
Councilmember Struber.
Present.
Councilmember Spain McLaren.
Present.
Councilmember McKee.
Present.
Councilmember Favreau.
Present.
Councilmember Campbell Cowan.
Present.
Council President Steele.
Present.
All are present.
Thank you. This evening's agenda includes ordinances and resolutions. I'm going to divert a little bit from what is printed and offer a public forum. If anyone has any comments on the agenda that's at the back of the room, we would welcome you to come forward and speak on any agenda item at this time. Seeing none, we'll move along. We have one ordinance. Ordinance 1. No, go ahead.
Ordinance 1, ordinance fixing the form and amount of the bond covering the city clerk, city fiscal officers, and department heads as required by sections C-7 and C-46 of the city charter. Council President Steele.
Is there a motion?
Motion.
Councilmember McLaren with a second by Councilmember Struber. Discussion on the ordinance? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
7 ayes, 0 noes. Ordinance 1 passes.
At this time, I would make a motion to reconsider Resolution 122, 2025.
I'll second that.
This is a resolution authorizing the mayor to enter into contracts for vehicle towing and storage. On the motion to reconsider, all in favor?
Aye.
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 On the reconsidered resolution,
Council President, I'd like to make a motion that we make an amendment to the motion, or to the resolution that was passed, Resolution 122.
and that amendment would be to...
That amendment would be to go back, to revert back to the original resolution that was presented at the agenda that night.
Okay, so this would be amendment to remove the amendment.
Right.
Is there a second to that?
Second.
I will second that. So we have, and just for the public's edification, reconsideration is when we have acted upon a resolution, we, at the next meeting, any council member who voted for it may bring it forward again to reconsider. So Councilmember Spain McLaren and myself were present on the 30th when this was adopted. So we are the only two who can move or second. The action can be voted on by the rest of the full body, though. So we have a motion on the floor to amend the Resolution 122, and what it essentially does is remove the amendment that was made on the 30th and goes back to the original resolution as was presented to the council. Is everyone clear on that amendment? All in favor of the amendment?
Aye.
Opposed? The amendment is adopted.
7 ayes, 0 noes.
Right.
Resolution 122 passes.
No, we need to act on the resolution, the new resolution as amended,
Okay.
which is the way it was before.
Yeah, I
Okay.
got all that.
We did the amendment, now we're on the resolution. Okay? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
7 ayes, 0 noes. Resolution 122 fully passes.
Okay, thank you very much for that. Now we're moving on to Resolution 1.
Resolution 1, resolution adopting rules of order for the Troy City Council pursuant to C Section 18 and C Section 22 of the Troy City Charter. Council President Steele.
Is there a motion?
Motion.
Councilmember McKee with a second by Councilmember McLaren. Discussion on the resolution. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
7 ayes, 0 noes. Resolution 1 passes.
Resolution 2.
Resolution 2, resolution setting the dates of the regular monthly meetings of the Troy City Council. Council President Steele.
Is there a motion?
Motion?
Councilmember Favreau with a second by
Second.
Councilmember McLaren. We have a motion, the resolution has been moved and seconded. Is there discussion on the resolution? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
7 ayes, 0 noes. Resolution 2 passes.
Mayor?
Apologize. Thank you, Council President, Council. Quickly, I tried to come up here for Resolution 1. I just was wondering if you could walk me through the rules. I compared the new to old, and I know we had talked about, I'm not sure if it's working, John.
Mm-mm.
No.
I see. Here, Carmen, just use this.
Just quickly, I just want to make sure that we understand the administration, the process for drafting, et cetera. So I compared the rules from the prior 2 years to the new rules. And I did notice one major thing, I guess I'll hit this first, that I saw taken out was the fiscal impact. Well, legislation that has to do with finance or fiscal impact not go to the finance committee because that language was pulled out of the new
That language
rules.
is in the charter, so that's
Correct.
that's a given.
I just found, but you still have to put in the rules because there's a $5,000 amount if something's over $5,000, and
I
it
don't.
has to do,
Okay,
with.
Could we work
the
this out?
committee.
Sidebar? I mean, is this,
Well, you're passing the rules
We already
tonight.
passed them.
I know. Well, I do also, just for us, have to understand the
well,
process.
and I'd be happy to walk through them with you.
Okay, can you do that?
Absolutely.
Cool.
Yep.
The first thing, what I saw in the language, Council President, is that 2 weeks prior to the regular council meeting, the legislation has to be approved by a committee to then go to committee meeting.
And that's the exact language that was in the previous rules.
No, the prior?
Yes.
I'll show you. The prior actually was all legislation drafted at the request of the Corporation Council be referred to the president at least 1 week before the next. Now you have language in there that states at least 2 weeks prior, we have to get the legislation to the council, and then the council would schedule a standing committee. And I guess just my question, if you think about, look maybe at March. So say the first Thursday of March, there's 4 weeks in that month. The first Thursday's the meeting. What we are going to have to do internally, because don't forget, a lot of the legislation has to be worked on behind the scenes, et cetera. And so we will send it to the Corporation Council normally a week before the meeting, so then it gets to the council a week before the finance meeting. So now you're pushing it up 2 weeks. So we'll essentially only have a week to work on legislation. So picture the first week, that's your regular meeting. Second week, nothing. Third week, we'll have to get the legislation to you, which basically means you're giving us 1 week to work on legislation. And staff, remember, this comes from staff, not just obviously
Well, I
the
think
administration.
we'll certainly work with you, but I think it was intentional. Things have been coming to the council in the last 2 years, last minute.
And prior to
And we
that.
are intentionally trying to slow that down and make it more transparent, for one thing, but primarily to allow the council appropriate time to study the legislation. So I think it's going to work fine, just the way it is.
I get that, but at the same time, I was on the council, you and I were on the council with the same rules prior. There were no problems back then, but the reason I'm asking is your intention to have meetings 2 weeks prior to the regular meeting? And then, I
Well, we
guess I want to
discussed
see
this-
how that flows.
We discussed this in our private
Right,
meetings.
but you had never said the
that we
2
would
weeks.
we would have we would hold as has been the practice on Thursday, the 2 weeks after the regular meeting.
Well, it's 3 weeks. Now you're pushing it 2 weeks. That's my only question. The finance meeting is 3 weeks after the regular meeting. So it's 2 weeks before the regular meeting, but it's a set meeting. In this legislation, you're stating that you're scheduling the meeting 2 weeks prior. It says it right here, at least 2 weeks prior to the regular council meeting, that it has to be received 2 weeks prior and by the approval by majority vote of the standing committee. And then by majority vote, the standing committee will then schedule a meeting. So I'm
No.
not sure,
No, I
you know what I'm saying? Like, if we get it to you 2 weeks prior, we'll be meeting a week prior to the regular meeting. And so,
it's the way we're doing it now. The third Thursday of every month, we have a finance committee meeting. As we discussed, that would be the committee meeting night.
so
when-
you won't vote that night. It'll just be a standing committee. I guess that's what I'm trying to understand.
We're trying to involve the committees more.
I love that.
And this will accomplish that. It really follows the calendar as we have done for years.
So you'll have set meetings. This
On-
is my only
on-
question.
on that Thursday?
On that Thursday.
On that Thursday.
Okay, that
Yeah,
was
yeah.
not
Yeah, we discussed that
described.
in our private meetings.
But we never got that, like, making the sausage that detailed, as
Okay,
you know.
all right.
So
I thought we had.
essentially,
Sorry,
we
sorry,
didn't. We
sorry
didn't.
for
So,
any
okay,
misunderstanding.
so you'll have standing committees 2 weeks prior to the council meetings.
Right.
You'll have
The
finance.
same night as the finance
Okay.
meeting.
So you'll have, so will you say it's a planning issue? Will you put it into planning and then go right into
We
finance
will-
that same
we'll-
night?
It's going to be case by case, Mayor. We'll see how it goes. I would think that, yes, it would go to planning and then, or they
I'm
could
just looking
be,
to keep progress moving,
well,
that's all.
and that's our intent as
You
well.
know?
And thank you for perusing them.
Well, I
Thank you.
appreciate that, but I still don't quite understand how it's going to work, but we'll
We'll-
work as we go
we'll-
along. I don't really think that's super transparent, but we'll figure it out.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Okay, we're moving on to Resolution 3.
Resolution 3, resolution selecting Katie Spade McLaren as President Pro Tem of the Troy City Council and setting the amount of compensation to be paid to the President Pro Tem in addition to her regular annual salary as a council member. Council President Steele.
Is there a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Councilmember Struber with a second by Councilmember Di Lorenzo. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
7 ayes, 0 noes. Resolution 3 passes.
I just want to say welcome. aboard, pro tem. Looking forward to this, working together.
Happy to help.
Resolution 4.
Resolution 4, resolution appointing Addie K. Thompson as city clerk and setting the annual salary of the city clerk. Council President Steele.
Is there a motion?
Motion.
Councilmember McKee, second.
Second.
Councilmember Campbell Cohen. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
7 ayes, 0 noes. Resolution 4 passes.
Welcome aboard, Addie.
Maria, thank you.
Yes, thank you, Maria.
Thank you.
Resolution 5.
Resolution 5, resolution approving and confirming the city clerk's appointment of Nathaniel Haynes as deputy city clerk and setting the annual salary of the deputy city clerk. Council President Steele.
Is there a motion?
Motion.
Oh, well, I'm going to give it to Councilmember Favreau with a second by Councilmember McLaren. Discussion on the resolution. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
7 ayes, 0 noes. Resolution 5 passes.
And Nathaniel, would you stand up so we can recognize you, please? Welcome aboard. Resolution 6.
Resolution 6, resolution approving and confirming the city clerk's appointment of Cheryl Christensen as part-time assistant to the city clerk and setting the annual salary of part-time assistant to the city clerk. Council President Steele.
Is there a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Councilmember Struber with a second by Councilmember Di Lorenzo. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
7 ayes, 0 noes. Resolution 6 passes.
Cheryl, you want to stand and be greeted? Welcome aboard. Resolution 7.
Resolution 7, resolution approving and confirming the city clerk's appointment of Michael Gregg as part-time assistant to the city clerk and setting the annual salary of the part-time assistant to the city clerk. Council President Steele.
Is there a motion?
Motion.
Councilmember McLaren, second.
Second.
Councilmember McKee. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
7 ayes, 0 noes. Resolution 7 passes.
Michael, please stand so we can welcome you. Resolution 8.
Resolution 8, resolution appointing Jeffrey Neisch as city auditor and setting the annual salary of the city auditor. Council President Steele.
Is there a motion?
Motion.
Councilmember Campbell Cohen, second.
Second.
Councilmember Favreau. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
7 ayes, 0 noes. Resolution 8 passes.
Jeff, welcome back. Resolution 9.
Resolution 9, resolution appointing Anasha Cummings as legislative assistant to the council and setting the annual salary of the legislative assistant to the council. Council President Steele.
Is there a motion?
Motion.
Councilmember McKee, second.
Second.
Councilmember Struber. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
7 ayes, 0 noes. Resolution 9 passes.
Anasha, welcome back in another role. Resolution 10.
Resolution 10, resolution appointing Jessica Camaro, Jamie McGurr, and John Ashley to serve as city marshals for the city of Troy. Council President Steele.
Is there a motion?
Motion.
Councilmember Di Lorenzo, is there a second?
Second.
Oh, we have a tie on that one.
It's okay. You can
We'll
just
go with
call.
Councilmember Struber. Discussion on the resolution.
Council President.
Councilmember Struber.
Motion to amend the resolution to fix the name of the first marshal, removing Camaro and inserting Calarco.
Calarco.
Correct.
And that would be in the title of the index as well as the resolution. So we have a motion to amend. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion was made by Councilmember Struber, seconded by Councilmember McLaren. Everyone is clear on the resolution? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That's on the amendment. Now, on the amended resolution,
Motion.
Motion.
I think
think
we're
we
good.
moved it,
We
right?
did that,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Any discussion on the amended resolution? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
7 ayes, 0 noes. Resolution 10 passes.
And that's 10 as amended.
10 as amended.
Right. Resolution 11.
Resolution 11, resolution appointing Ian Silverman as Legislative Counsel to the Troy City Council and setting the annual salary of the Legislative Council. Council President Steele.
At this time, I would move to table that resolution at this time. We need to have it go through civil service, even though it's in the charter. So I would move that we table.
Second.
It's been made by Council President and seconded by Councilmember McLaren. Discussion on the table. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Resolution 12,
You're doing fine. Hang on.
resolution setting the amount of compensation to be paid to the President of the City Council in addition to her regular annual salary as a council member. Council President Steele.
Is there a motion?
Motion.
Councilmember McLaren, second?
Second.
Seconded by Councilmember McKee. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
7 ayes, 0 noes. Resolution 12 passes.
Resolution 13.
Resolution 13, resolution appointing members of the standing committees of the Troy City Council. Council President Steele.
Is there a motion?
Motion.
Councilmember McLaren with a second by Councilmember McKee. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
7 ayes, 0 noes. Resolution 13 passes.
Resolution 14.
Resolution 14, resolution designating the Record as the official newspaper of the City of Troy. Council President Steele.
Is there a motion?
Motion.
Councilmember McLaren, second.
Second.
Councilmember Campbell Cohen. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
7 ayes, 0 noes. Resolution 14 passes.
Resolution 15.
Resolution 15, resolution designating Pioneer Commercial Bank as the official depository of the City of Troy. Council President Steele.
Is there a motion?
Motion.
Councilmember Struber,
Second.
seconded by Councilmember Di Lorenzo. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
7 ayes, 0 noes. Resolution 15 passes.
Resolution 16.
Resolution 16, resolution confirming appointments to the Troy Industrial Development Authority. Council President Steele.
Is there a motion?
Motion.
Councilmember Struber, second.
Second.
Councilmember McKee, seconds. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
7 ayes, 0 noes. Resolution 16 passes.
And Resolution 17.
Resolution 17, resolution approving appointment of Noreen McKee to the Troy Local Development Corporation. Council President Steele.
Is there a motion?
Motion.
Councilmember McLaren, second.
Second.
Councilmember Favreau. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
7 ayes, 0 noes. Resolution 17 passes.
Thank you. At this time, is there anyone who wishes to address the council on any item? Does not necessarily have to be an agenda item.
doesn't work.
It's not a good mic night.
Thank you. Good evening, council members. I just wanted to thank you all for the
I'm
professional.
sorry, Frankie, I know.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Some of
Oh,
us may-
yes.
Some
I'm-
of us may not know who you are, so please.
Sorry.
Please
I
give your
apo-
name and place. to
I
residents.
apologize. I'm Frankie from Troy. And I just wanted to thank you all for the professional and respectful way you conducted business this evening. It's a refreshing change to have a collaborative council interested in prioritizing effectiveness and productivity. I and many others in Troy welcome this new way of operating, and we look forward to many more constructive sessions over the next 2 years. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Frankie.
Hi, I'm Frances from South Troy, and I echo Frankie's analysis of this meeting. This was so quick, so lovely. And I also wanted to say I do support the resolution that breaks things up into committees more and doesn't rush through all the legislation. I think that is something that we definitely need in this city. Instead of stacking everything together to push it past, we actually think about it. Would be lovely. Thank you.
Thank you, Francis. Does anyone else wish to address the council on any item? Seeing none, I'll close the public forum. I would want to share with the public, as we adopted tonight our monthly meetings, the charter calls for the council to have a monthly meeting. So we will be having a meeting on Thursday. At this point, there's no legislation to be considered. So I would invite any community group, any individual to come and speak to us about their priorities for this term. We have some new members. We'd like to get better acquainted with community groups, and we'd like to know what you're looking for in the coming months, weeks, years. So I welcome anyone Thursday at 7 o'clock. Any other announcements from anyone? Seeing none, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Councilmember Struber
Second.
with a second by Councilmember McLaren. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We're adjourned.